Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, got my hair done so it looks very nice and straight. Anyway, so today is this is the first podcast episode of the new year 2026, and I'm so excited for the new year and what it brings. And today we're going to be talking about, in 2026, don't rebrand, self-evolve. So I came up with that title myself, and I have been seeing a couple people talk about like 2026 rebrands and all that stuff, and I just over the years, like New Year's resolutions and all that stuff, it just didn't seem realistic or sustainable to the self that you are right now and who you're gonna be in the new year. And I totally get that people love just like kind of like they want to start new goals and all that stuff, but I feel like with rebrand, it's so, for one, I feel like it's so overused, but also I just think that a lot of people are confusing rebrands with self-evolution, and I don't think those are the same things at all. They're two separate and completely different things, and I just want to kind of just say my 2 cents of it. And yes, so I have like my notes here, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna talk, but I also have my talking points here as well. So if I look down, just know I'm looking at my notes and trying to figure out what I want to say, what I want to talk about. So yeah. um so like I just said just now, like rebranding is definitely a fun thing to do, but sometimes it's just not sustainable for you or for your life or your lifestyle that you have right now at the moment. Like sometimes it's just not the it's not sustainable for you, and it's not something that everyone can do, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously every year we have the New Year's, we try to cold turkey go into things so quickly and try to be a brand new person, a brand new version of ourselves, and kick the old versions of ourselves to the curb. And I think that is not something that's like what I think rebranding is you're kicking the old thing out completely and you're starting anew completely. And that is this thing that is unsustainable right there. You can't just be a brand new person every single year and expect like yourself to, like, if you have the brain power and the lifestyle to do that, then it might work for you to do that every single year. But for some people, doing that every single year and expecting change, that's just like, and for you to keep going with it, that's the thing that I'm saying is unsustainable. So yeah. And also, when it comes to, also, I'm gonna bring up New Year's resolutions again. We're putting long-term goals as short-term goals, and when we don't see any we don't see any progress, we don't see any turn up from that, we get mad and we kind of just throw those goals in the trash. And I'm gonna kind of explain with this, and and also I said we stop and we throw it in the trash because you think you failed, but you barely even tried. You didn't even see it through because you thought, oh, nothing's coming up. Nothing's coming up with this. I'm not seeing any results, so it's not working. No, you didn't give it enough time because you are putting long-term goals as your short-term goals and you're not seeing any progress because you're not being patient. And I have been talking and like about these things in my past couple videos, in my past podcast episodes, and I have been saying and telling you guys that patience, and also this is like something that I think a lot of people forget about, because you are you, and no matter how many people you have around you, the only person that is going to be telling you these things and keeping up and being your accountability partner is you, because you're the one that's making these decisions, you're the one that's making those goals, so you need to be able to be held accountable for yourself to keep on going with these goals and being patient so you can see those results. So yeah, like you're saying, you're saying like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym on January 1st and then get ready for my summer body, but you only go for, let's say you only go for a couple weeks and you're just like, oh, I haven't gained any weight. I mean, I haven't lost any pounds, sorry. I'd be like, wait, fix my statement. I haven't lost any pounds. I haven't seen any muscle. I don't have any muscles. I'm not seeing a difference in anything. You won't lose weight in a couple of weeks, and you won't see any progress in a couple of weeks, because that's not how it works. And if you want to see progress, like you have to go, like you have to look at everything, because if you keep on going to the places and you keep on indulging yourself and you keep on saying, oh, I'm gonna get a sweet treat, I deserve it, you might like want your sweet treat, and you can, but you have to look at everything. You have to look at your life. You have to look at like your your behaviors, your habits, and you have to be like, look at the reasons why you're not getting the results that you want to get. And that is what I think people get lost at, because you're just like yeah, it's just, I think that is the reason why people just like, you're not looking at the whole picture of everything, and you're not looking at your habits, your behaviors, what your world looks like around you, so you can get to your goal. Because if you're not like putting the effort in to bettering those situations, then you're not going to get to your goal if you don't put in your effort in all the other aspects of your life. So yeah, if you're not putting in effort and you're not putting in time and ability into the stuff that you want to do, then there's gonna be no results, or on the other side, there is gonna be no good results. So yes. And a lot of a lot of times that's like, I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel I set this example because I think it's the number one, one of the top New Year's resolutions is to go to the gym or to lose weight. And I hold those in the same category. Um, but I think, um, yeah, it's very just, um, I feel like it's also kind of complicated to, yeah. And I think if you're having trouble with this, even if you're working so hard at the gym and you've been going for a couple months and you're still not seeing results, and you're like, and you have been having a more healthy lifestyle, and you're like going, you're changing, you're being a more healthier person. I'm not talking about eating healthy food. I'm talking about you're living a more healthy lifestyle. You're being more kind to yourself. Yes, you can have a better diet, but yeah, like being kind to yourself, saying positive affirmation, um, having a healthier mindset with yourself. Those are the things that are going to help, even though like people think, oh, like blah blah blah. Having a healthy mind can help you have a healthier body. And I think that is something that people don't really consider. But yeah. But if things are not still not working for you, go to a doctor to see what's going on, because you might have something that is preventing or kind of just slowing down the process. So just like go see someone about that, and yeah, that will most likely help you. But yeah. And yeah, so the next thing, oh, so we're gonna be talking about self-evolving now. Oh my gosh, my hair. Okay, so self-evolving, oh, when we are self-evolving, we are just improving the self that already exists. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the outside. It's very windy today, so yeah. But yeah, so we're just improving the self that already exists, because that is what, in my eyes, this is what self evolving is. And people are saying, like, I'm just using this as an example. Like, people always say that Addison Rae rebrand was incredible. I don't think that was a rebrand. I think that was just her self evolving. She's becoming more herself as time goes on, and she's just showing more of who she is, because even though at first she was just a TikToker, she was just doing TikTok dances, you didn't know anything about her. You didn't know what kind of music she liked, what kind of music or movies or whatever she liked, because she was just making dance videos. How are you supposed to get to know someone and who she is by just watching TikTok dance videos? Like, and yeah, that's just not. And like also having, and sometimes self-evolving is not just about, like, sometimes it is kind of, I'm not saying that, rebranding is, you're just taking old self and kicking it to the curb and creating a brand new self. I don't think that is what she was doing. I think, yes, she was self-evolving, but there was like stuff that maybe she did rebrand a little bit, like her fashion and like how she dresses and stuff. I think that was kind of a rebrand, but I don't think like her interests. I think that is a self evolution, and just like the way that she portrays herself, that is self evolving and self evolution, because she wants she has big dreams. she wants to, pursue those dreams. So now she is saying what she wants and what she likes now. So she is telling you, and that is self evolution, because she did not do that before, and now she gradually went into this, and she is now a very big pop star. She has her own album out. She has an EP out. She's been in a few films, and yeah, like, she is doing super well, because this is like something that she wants to do. And I think that's self evolution, becoming, because I feel like I just said, she is just improving the self that already exists. So yeah, like, for me, I think that, with self evolution, like, if I suddenly like changed my whole entire style, and you're just like, what is this? That would be a rebrand. But if I gradually started wearing pieces that I was like, oh, this is really cool, this is really cool, that is self evolution, because I'm just improving what is already exists. I'm just adding to the self that I am now. I'm still wearing the same type of clothes I always wear, but I'm just adding a new accessory or something like that. Like, that's self evolution. And I think that's exactly what Addison Rae was doing, because I think that is why people think like she rebranded or something. But I definitely think that that was a self evolving thing, because she gradually did that. I don't think she did that. Her style changed like so quickly, and suddenly she was just wearing like what she's wearing now. Like, it was a gradual thing. And she if someone gave me a whole bunch of clothes and said, we're giving you this for free, I would take those and wear those too. So I just don't think that, and like, sometimes people get tired of wearing the same type of style all the time. Sometimes people want to change their style. And sometimes, like, people don't really have the money or don't know where to shop. And then when they do know, they're just, when they do, it's just like, now I'm going to take the opportunity to dress how I want, to be how I want, to do what I want to do, so I can be the best version of myself. I think that is how she's living, and that's how I want to live too. I think that, I think there's a lot of um excuse me, there is a lot of differentiating, you have to differentiate things. And I think there is a big um there is a big part in self evolution that is just, you know like I was saying in my last episode. I don't know if it was my last episode, I don't know, I don't remember which episode it was, but I was talking about how um oh yes, I was talking about how um sometimes the thing that you need to do is believe in yourself. And when you start believing yourself, you can do anything, because it doesn't matter. Yes, it's super super great to have people believe in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, then it's going to be really hard for you. And I was saying how that self-belief is the biggest form of self-love you can have, because believing in yourself and trusting yourself and supporting yourself, that is the biggest form of self-love you can have, because it's so important. And I think that is really a big part in self evolution, is having that belief in yourself and having that love and support and trust in yourself. um but yes. um but yeah, so this is something you can do to help with your self evolution, is build on the good things that you did in the last year and build it into this year. So whatever things you were like, oh, this is something that I did this last year that I was like, oh, I really like doing this. Like, oh, because I'm just saying this as an example, like, because I never done that, but I never done this before, but oh, like, I really enjoyed going to Pilates, so I'm gonna do that this year. Oh, I really liked going to the movie theaters by myself. That was something that I want to do. That was an example for myself. But yeah, I really enjoyed going to the movie theaters by myself and having that experience, going to the movie theaters by myself. So I want to do that in the new year. And these are things that are just like, it could be big, it could be small, it doesn't really matter, because those things that you're building for yourself, those are things that it's just like you're just evolving. And like, the next thing that I'm gonna say is, self-evolving is like a seed blooming into a flower, because you're just like, you're blooming into yourself, you're being more yourself when you self-evolve, because you're learning along the way, you're learning about each leaf and petal. You're and like, also, it's like a tree. When a tree, you're strong and sturdy, you have all these leaves, and sometimes it can flowers bloom on the branches, and or there's like, I don't know. Oh, sorry. Move my leg. But yeah, there's, you know what a tree looks like. There's, I know there's different types of trees, but I'm just saying, like, the sentiment of being a tree, that is like so extraordinary, like, to, because it's just like, I don't know, it just feels so much more special, um because it's just like you're learning so much, and you're as, because like, if you like open, well, you can't open a tree, but if you cut a tree down, you'll see all the rim, or whatever it's called, the rims on the stump. You'll see all the rims, and you'll see all of the circles that are in there, and you'll see like how many years this tree has lived, and you'll know the tree has seen so much, has learned so much, has experienced so much, and it blooms. And sometimes you have to break off branches for it to grow even more, to to be to evolve into a better self. Sometimes you do have to break off the branches, and sometimes the leaves have to fall so you can bloom again in the spring, to be the best it can be. Like, that's what I mean, like when I say that self evolution is like a blooming flower or it's like a tree, because you like it's such an extraordinary process of life. And I don't know it, I I don't know, but for me, I think the biggest thing in life is to learn. And I think to learn and to experience and to create, that is what every single life on this earth's purpose is. And I think, you know, people can say like what they want to say, and maybe some people's purpose is something else. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like, and people can have other things, or people can have, you know, multiple things that is their purpose in life. But I think that is like one of the main things that, you know, that we are on this earth to do, is to learn, to experience, and to create, and create art. That that's something special. To create life, that is ultra special. To create peace, to create anything really, like like creating positivity, um that's so special. It's ultra special as well. And learning things, and you know, learning new things, and learning things that you're like, oh, like I've been on this earth for, I'm not this age, but I'm just saying, like, you could be like, I've been on this earth for 52 years, and I just learned this new thing today that's been around for as longer than me. And we're just like, we don't know everything. And I think a lot of older people think they know everything, but they don't, because they are also learning things every single day. And I think that that is, sorry, I thought I heard singing. Anyway, but yeah, like it was just, it's just like, this is what we are meant to do. We are meant to learn things every single day, because we don't know everything. And sometimes we can't even comprehend things that are on earth, because it's so complex. And, you know, our lives are so complex. The universe is so complex. And yeah, it's so interesting, this topic. But yeah, um, and every experience is different for every single life on this earth, for every single being on this earth. Every experience is different. Like, and I'm not just talking about humans, I'm talking about animals too. I'm talking about the trees. I'm talking about the the water. Like, it every single thing on this earth is also having an experience, having its own life, learning new things every single day, and creating things every single day. And it's just so it's just so fantastical, but it's also um it's something that we kind of just forget about, that every single life on this earth is going through something. And whether that be, I don't even know. um but yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing to think about. um but yeah, but this last thing that I wanted to say was kind of like stuff that I want to do, this year that's kind of self-evolving, because I think that these things are kind of an evolution, and these are goals that are going to take me a long time, but these are things that I just don't want to give up on, because I know that they will be something that I want to live on for a very, very long time. And I think I only have two things, I think. But yeah, because I could not think of like long-term goals that I wanted to like share. That I wanted, because I some one of them I do want to share. I'm gonna share with you guys that, um but yeah, for some of them I'm just like, I don't want to share it because I want them to be personal to me. So yeah, because I don't want to like share every single thing on my channel, but about my life. But I just want to share like the fun things that I want to do, and the things that I want to work on. But yeah, this one I have been like doing for a very long time, but I feel like I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere, so I really, really want to do this in this year, to kind of just work on learning French. I have been trying to learn French for the longest time ever, um and I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. So this year I really want to try to at least have um to be like conversational French. I think, I don't know, but I kind of want to just be able to maybe have a conversation in French. That's one thing I'm just like, that would be kind of fun and cool. But yeah, and then the other thing is that I want to, oh yes, I want to get more in touch with my spirituality, because I I just feel like, oh my gosh, this glare in my glasses, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, because I just feel like this is something that I've also been working on for a long time, and I feel like I just want to be more in touch with it, and I just want to, like, meditating um every day, um being in touch with my mind, my body, and my soul. And yeah, and like being able to, you know being able to have that relationship with myself, that is something that is just so sacred and so beautiful, but also it's like super, super important to me. So yeah. And then the last thing that I will say, this one is, I was like unsure if I wanted to share this or not, because I'm just starting out. So yeah, but and I also just like, but I feel like, I this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time as well. So it's just like, why not? Why not share? Why not share this? But this is something that I've been working on, and right now I am writing a script for the first time ever. And I have written a script before in like my cinema studies class when I was in high school, like years back, but that was like a few years ago. So I'm just trying to get, right now I'm just writing the plot right now, and like I don't even have names for the characters yet. I'm still figuring out names to name the characters and stuff, and like trying to get to know the characters a little bit first before I like just stick a name to them. But yeah, and I want to take my time and learn how to write a script, and learn how to write a good script. And also, not only that, is I want to Like this has like been a dream for forever. This has been one of my dream careers, but I kind of just like put this on the back burner because I for a long time I just felt like I couldn't do that because like people were telling me that I needed more realistic goals and stuff, but I was like, why do I need to be, because I feel like my goals and my dreams I want to do, you know, my dream careers, because I have so many things I want to do in this life, and I feel like if I didn't do like if I didn't do them, like I just feel like why didn't I why didn't I do that? Like when I just want to be able to do everything I want to do in this life. And yeah, I want to make films. I want to be a film director. Like I wanted to do that for a long time, and I just felt like I had to be realistic or I had to play it safe. And I just really would just want to get more in touch with that. And I'm really trying to kind of, you know, be able to, I should be the one who decides what is realistic and what is not, because like I don't care what anybody else thinks is realistic. For me, this is realistic. And, if I need to figure something out for me to make this happen, then I will, you know? And I think, working a stable job is good and all, but I think being able to like do the things that you want to do, and like being able to and being brave enough to follow your dreams, that is something that's super important to me, and I want to do that, and I want to kind of be able to, you know I don't know, like it's just something that I just been wanting to do. And also something with that is I really want to learn more about music, because I love scores. And I don't think I've ever mentioned that at all, but on my channel, but I love score so much. And what made me kind of fall in love with scores is the first season of Stranger Things. That introduced me to scores, because I didn't really pay attention to, like, obviously I'm like, oh, like these songs from these movies are so good, but the scores are what make the movie, like, literally. I think like one of the most important things you could do for a film is the score, the casting, and what would be like a third thing? Maybe like the costume. Yeah, like good costume. Oh my gosh, that's like one of the three most important things I think for right now that I can think of, that are the most important things in making a film, is the score, the casting, and the costumes. Those are the most important thing when you're actually watching the film. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the extra stuff and stuff. Maybe also the editing. I don't know why I said that in a weird way. The editing, I think that would be number 4 or number 3. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like those would be the 4 most important. Yeah. Cuz yeah, the editing is really important too. But yeah. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, I think that would be it. But yeah. So but yes, because I want to learn more about music. I'm just getting back on track now. I want to learn more about music and music production because I want to be able to, cuz like when I when I will be able to, like, film the films and make the films and stuff, I want to be able to collaborate or do it myself. Like, I want to be able to make a score myself or collaborate on a score, and to be able to the make the music in the film or like the TV show or whatever I'm working on. But yeah, like this is like you guys don't even know. Like this has been like one of like my dream careers for a very, very long time. And yeah, like, and also I think I mentioned this. But ever since I was 10, like I've always wanted to be a YouTuber and I wanted to make videos, and I did that, but I didn't post it. um thank goodness I didn't. Um but I think that, it was just like I always have been wanting to do this, and I'm doing it now. And now that I'm just like, okay, let's bring it a step further, and let's, make some films. And I have grown to love films. And because I wasn't always a big movie person, but I kind of, after going, I don't know, like, when I was a kid, and like we used to go out to the movie theater, and it just like kind of like, um get out of class and go to the movie theater that day. Like, I gotta get out of school and go to a movie, and I was like, oh, this is so fun. And yeah, I think that is what grew like my love for films, is like how the movie theaters, like, uh, it just felt so special to me, and that is special now. And yeah, and like being able to go to the movie theaters and with your friends or your family, and just like being able to watch a film, and like also, like, if it's something that both excuse me, both of you really wanted to see, it's like even double special. And yeah, I just love that. And yeah, and I think that's what started my love for films. But I'm no cinephile. Don't get me wrong. I have not watched as many films as other filmmakers or actors. But yeah, because I do have a certain type of film I love seeing and rewatching, but I do love to go see new films that I've never seen before, or might not be something that I would go for initially, but I end up liking. So I think that's also something that, it's just like how like your parents are just like, oh, try this new food, you might like it. It's like, oh, go see this movie in the theater, you might like it. So yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah. um but I think that's it for today's podcast episode. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this podcast episode. I mean, I really enjoyed making this one. Um and yeah, I think that this will be, this podcast episode will be the start of many this year, hopefully. And I'll have more to say. And yeah, and you guys will see more videos. I mean, this is like my second video of the year, but um this will be this is my first podcast episode of the year, so this is pretty special. And Yeah, and I thank you guys for watching my videos and subscribing. So if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And if you guys liked it, give it a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.